a couple of questions about power itself. So in its truest form, is power simply catalyzed energy? And if not, what is it? That's one question. Okay. And then we talk sometimes about negative power. And I wonder, does power itself have a negative charge, or is it actually neutral and metabolized by intention?
Yes. Well, I think it's really important to put definitions, and I really appreciate your asking that question. When I'm referring to power, I'm referring to universal power, and universal power in its essence, from all shamanic practitioners will tell you when they access universal power, it's compassionate in nature, it's wise, it's generous, it's tolerant. There's this expansion that you find in it. And of course, this is also the definition of the enlightened state that the Buddhist practice is trying to access, right? So when we're talking about power, we are talking about this universal power in these definitions. And what I'm talking about, and I'm not sure everyone in the whole world would say this or understand this, but what I'm referring to with power is this universal power, which is compassionate as a basis, right? So then in terms of energy, I think about energy in terms of a step down of that universal power that goes through different prisms of different types of forms. And so you have humans using universal power through their own prisms, and that prism can generally move through their intentionality, their motivation, and their will. And again, out of no fault of, we'll start out with no fault of their own. People are trying to keep themselves safe. They're trying to, make sure that bad things don't happen. And so they use universal power to try to keep themselves safe, right? But then they start seeing other people as threats, and then they start using the negative intention toward other people. And then pretty much you have this energy being informed by intention. And when you said, is negative intention just a sort of process of moving energy in a particular way? Yes. There's this universal power comes into the human form, gets processed through the human structures on an energetic level, both conceptually, emotionally, spiritually, and physically. And we start setting intention with that energy on a mental level and on an emotional level, and we start working with that energy, and we have these energy exchanges that then begin to form all the kinds of relationships that we have with other people, right?